Let me show you how in this video I saved thousands of dollars using a very unique process to design my live-in flip and only spent a couple $100, saving me thousands of dollars to really design $1 million home. So stick around, get all the details. See you on the other side. All right guys, like I mentioned in this video, this is part of our video series of my live-in flip, but in this part of the video, I'm gonna show you how I saved thousands of dollars. I got a couple quotes from designers to help me with the layout of the home that we're building, as well as the interior design, and it was gonna cost us anywhere between $5,000 and $8,000, and I actually was able to accomplish really what my end goal was for just a few $100. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I did that. But before we get into that process, let me quickly introduce myself if this is your first time here. My name is Patrick. I'm a licensed real estate agent and investor, helping buyers, sellers, and investors with their real estate needs out here in Oahu, Hawaii. If you are in need of any assistance or just have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I got my contact information right here, or you can directly DM me on any of my social media platforms. With that being said, let's jump into how I actually designed my project right now, my live-in flip, for just a few $100. Let's get into that process. All right guys, so let's jump into it. So for this live-in flip project that I just purchased with my beautiful wife, Clarice, we are actually taking on a very large project. Now, I've done a similar process in the past. You can actually see this video right here where I did a very similar thing on designing my home, but that one was pretty straightforward. It was just an Airbnb. It was a 300 square foot box. I wasn't moving anything really major, and it was just interior design. In this one, I'm gonna show you how I went from designing literally the complete layout, how I was gonna put my furniture, and also the interior design, as it was a multiple step process. So I'm gonna show you how I did that. This is just a walkthrough you can see of this property that we purchased right here, and it is a major fixer upper. There was tons of termite damage, the layout was very strange, and we just really needed to open up the space. So we needed to create a whole new layout and then also figure out how we wanted to actually design the home. So let me show you exactly how I went through that step-by-step process. So the first thing I had to do is I needed to get the standard layout as it sit right now so I can make adjustments. So I actually use this awesome app called Forplan. You can see this is the app right here, which it actually allowed me to do is download the app, walk around my house, and actually just go around with my phone to get the actual specs of the current layout. Once it was completed, it actually gave me a floor plan, as you can see right here. Just pretty simple, black and white, showing me where the walls were, the sizing more or less of what the walls were. And then that gave me something to work with and start making adjustments to. I then took that and started making adjustments on how I wanted to move certain walls so that I had more square footage in certain areas, and if I wanted to take the closet and add a bathroom and things of that nature. So that's what we actually did with this portion of figuring out the actual layout of where certain bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage of each bedroom and bathroom, or adding bathrooms and things of that nature were actually gonna be located. From there, I basically gave it to my contractor, verified that I wasn't crazy, and he made us some subtle tweaks, but basically said, yeah, this looks pretty good. And then we had an actual floor plan. So that portion essentially was free. Then I wanted to take to the next step to make sure I wasn't crazy, to make sure, hey, how is the furniture actually gonna fit, and where do I wanna put the kitchen, because we were gonna take everything down with the walls and figure out where does everything go? Where would I put my couch? Where would I put my TV? Where would I put the kitchen, the dining room? So then what I did was I used one of my favorite websites, Fiverr, where I actually hired a designer to take the layout that we created with that app to show us how it would actually look with where we would put the sink, the tub, the shower, the couch, the TV, the kitchen, everything. So what I did was I hired 3 different designers. They were all anywhere between $50 and $75 to give us some different ideas and concepts of how we would place certain aspects of the property when it came to furniture, sinks, tubs, showers, and pretty much anything under the sun, so that we can understand the space and the flow of things. Now here's some samples of what they came back with. We were very happy with a couple of these designs, and it really helped us with understanding what direction we wanted to go in. And then we took it to the next step, which is actually getting down and dirty with the actual interior design. So once we actually understood where the kitchen was gonna go, what the layout of the kitchen was gonna be, what the layout of the bathroom was gonna be, it was now the fun part of actually figuring out what it's actually gonna look like when you walk in. And some people actually design their kitchen or their bathroom and literally just take, you know, a cabinet door, get the brass handle that they're gonna get, and maybe just get a color that they're gonna see that's actually gonna match. I'm a visual guy, so I wanted to see what it would actually look like. So what we did was we hired, once again, 3 different interior designers off Fiverr, each of them anywhere between 50 and 75 bucks. And this was the process of how we gave them our ideas of what we were looking for. So now we're not just talking about actual layouts, we're talking about actual ideas. So how do you explain to somebody who's probably on the other side of the world what it is you're looking for? Well, you have to over explain certain aspects. You don't want to give them too much design freedom. So what we did was we basically created a Pinterest board, as you can see right here, for the kitchen, for the bathrooms, for the general living space, and it helped them get an understanding of the vibe that we were going for. We're going for kind of a beach boho, neutral, wood grain kind of vibe. So as you can see here, we gave them a fair amount of photos so that they could look at, and basically each one of those designers, I gave them the same task to work on the bathroom, I gave another one to work on the living space, and then I let them go at it and just said, hey, this is the layout, this is what we're looking for in regards to design. Here's some ideas of what we like. And what I did was I used this software called Loom, which allows you to record your screen and actually explain it to them in real time as I go over the Pinterest board, as I go over ideas I like, so that they had as much information as possible to create some designs. Now I did give them some freedom saying, hey, I'm not sure what floor color I want. I'm not sure what tile I want, maybe a little bit of this color, maybe that color, so that they could kind of give me a couple ideas. This is one designer that came back with the design and it had way too much tile. I had to get that guy out of there. We made some adjustments, but I don't think I'm gonna be moving forward with him for future parts of the household. But this guy absolutely nailed it. As you can see here, we gave him just a little bit of direction and he crushed it the first time. We're gonna make some subtle tweaks, but this is definitely gonna be our guy that we're gonna be using for the rest of the house. Now I did hire a different designer at the same time to work on the living room and kitchen, and this is what she came back with. We did like a lot of the ideas that she had, but we wanted to make some tweaks with the wood grain, color, maybe the layout of the cabinets and things of that nature, but it really helped us understand the space and things we didn't even understand, which was like, where do we want to have the floating cabinets? Where do we want to have the microwave actually located? And so it really helped us with understanding the layout as well as the design. And so we were working through this currently as we speak with a couple other different design ideas that we had. But this is essentially how we designed our $1 million home for just a couple $100 and saved us thousands of dollars. Now I don't suggest this to everybody, and I do have to say that the designers that I did talk to, they have a stellar portfolio, and if I had the budget and the money, I probably would have used them. But I wanted to try this format out as I've done it in the past, and it worked very well for me. This is not for everybody, but if you are working on a budget, even if you're just doing a small renovation project, I do suggest trying out some of these designers on Fiverr, especially if you just want to get a rough idea. If you want to bring that to a designer, maybe they can tweak it and actually match it to what materials actually on island or in the location that you're living in. But that is not the route I went. So with that being said, that is in a nutshell how I saved thousands of dollars, designed our $1 million home, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it actually looks when it's finalized. So make sure you subscribe because we will be posting that once it's actually completed. We're pretty much done with framing. We're gonna be getting into doing drywall and all the fun stuff that's gonna be coming after that, the floors, the cabinets, the paint, countertops, everything. So it's gonna be really exciting. So make sure you subscribe so you can see our journey. If you guys had any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I got my contact information right here. And again, I'm Patrick with PatrickLawrenRealty.com, powered by eXp Realty. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.